again, and welcome. It's been quite a long time. Apologies for that, but due to work and other commitments I've spent very little time in the shop. And what time I have spent in the shop, I've actually been making some jigs, etc. But only a few hours a week I've been able to manage. However, today's video was going to be about something else, but because I haven't quite mastered the technique yet, and I think Ron Radcliffe will know exactly what I mean, I'm going to have to wait another couple of weeks to master it before I do a video. I'd like to thank Ron very much for his help in the matter, and all will be revealed in a few weeks' time. Today I'm going to be using a piece of Makore, which is an African hardwood, and it's also known as African cherry. And the reason for me doing a bowl, it's about 6.5 inches it'll end up being, is not so much for the bowl turning, but to try out a finish, and it was kindly sent to me after some discussion on Facebook in Woodchuckers with Stevie Rogers, and he very kindly sent me a mix of this, which is what I'm going to apply to this bowl at the end to see how it performs. So what Stevie's done, I believe, and I'm sure he'll comment if I've got it wrong, he's cut some shellac from shellac flakes and methylated spirits, and then used a third of that with a third of methylated spirits and a third of boiled linseed oil, and we'll see how that performs. A couple of mentions, if I may. Number one, Ian Maud, who's been a long time subscriber of mine and is a banjo builder, but has got into wood turning, and he's now got a couple of videos up basically introducing himself and what he intends to do. So I'll put a link to Ian's channel down below. Please go across, subscribe and support him, and we look forward to some great projects from you in the future, Ian. A guy that I've mentioned before, and a lot of us, especially in the UK, are aware of, is Christopher Fisher, the blind wood turner. Well, Chris actually has just uploaded his latest video, and believe it or not, it's an elm bowl. Absolutely amazing to watch him work, and consider that the guy cannot see anything. It's all done by sense and feel and sound. Pop across to Chris's channel and watch that video and be inspired. The other person I'd like to mention is our very own Captain Eddie Castellin, or should I say the United States' very own Captain Eddie Castellin. Captain Eddie was one of the few wood turners 3 or 4 years ago when I started that was regularly uploading videos and passing on his valuable expertise to beginners like myself. And unfortunately Eddie has been in hospital for around 4 to 6 months, I believe. Been very ill, had a major operation, and has now just uploaded his first video for a very long time. So I urge you to go across there and support Eddie. Welcome back, Eddie. You have been sorely missed, and I, as many thousands of others, are looking forward to your offerings in the near future. Well done, mate. And finally, and by no means least, Paul Crabtree, the Hollowing King tool, which I did a review of quite a while ago now, was selling his business. But the great news is that Paul is not selling the business, and he's carrying on as before. And in fact, he's got a few videos up now going into the delicacies of using his tools, and he does a far better job than I did on my review, I assure you. But then again, he should, because he designed and makes them. So I'll put a link to Paul's channel as well. The other thing is, as I've been informed by Paul, that the 10% discount is still available both here in the UK and the US by using a code, and the code is MikeW, M-I-K-E-W. If you use that code, if you want to purchase any of Paul's tools, then you'll get a 10% discount. Okay, that about wraps it up. Sorry for the long intro, but it's been quite a while and quite a few things to catch up on. So we'll go over to the lathe now, and we'll turn this bowl in Makore. Okay, so here's the blank. I found the centre when it was square, and I've just chopped the edges off didn't bother putting on the circle cutting jig. I've drilled a 6mm hole to the correct depth. This is the worm screw that'll go into there, and then that fits into my dovetail jaws. So I'll do that and then we'll start turning. And the first thing is to just true up the edge. That's almost round, that'll do. That's almost flat on the top there. Now I'll just face off the front of the bowl. And just with the toe, just to clean up the inside there, and then the rim or the foot, again holding the skew chisel horizontally and just using it right on centre line, very lightly. Clean up the foot, and now we'll do a little bit of shear scraping. Okay, that's pretty good. Right, I'll sand up through the grits now, up to 600, and then we can start to apply the finish on the outside. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is to put a few detail lines in the bottom. Well, this is after the first application. I'm going to let that dry for a little bit. And some wonderful reflective shine in there, absolutely brilliant. Anyway, I'll let that dry and I'll give it another couple of coats and come back when I've done the third coat. Well, I've applied 3 coats and it is certainly a great finish. I shall be using that again. Thank you very much for that, Steve. Very pleased with it, mate. So I'll turn the bowl round now and we'll hollow out the inside and it'll be finished. Full cut across the face just to square up the face. Right, let's do some light scraping now and get ready for sanding. Yeah, I think that's the ball done. So I'll sand him up and we'll come back and put the finish on. Okay, so I've sanded up to 600 now, the inside of the ball, and we're going to apply, after a good shake, and let's see how it ends up. Obviously the first coat is absorbed. Let that go right into the green. Certainly soaking it up, although it's a very close grained wood. Very dusty this Macquarie, and certainly dulls the tools pretty quickly as well. But it's got some lovely sheen. It's got a to it. Right, let's give it a. So it's the first time I've used this finish, so I might be actually applying it incorrectly. But I'll put 3 coats on, as I did on the other side, and I'll come back to you when I put in the last coat and buffing that up. But it certainly does look good at this stage, and this is only the first coat. Yeah, it's looking quite nice. Very nice, in fact. I don't know if the camera picks up this wonderful sort of shimmer that comes off this wood. And the coating and the finish is certainly doing it justice, I think. Okay, I'll come back when I'm doing the last coat. Okay, so ready for the third coat now, and we'll just see what happens. Well, I think you can take that as a success, Stevie. It's a great finish, and the ball looks really good with it on. Very pleased with that, and thank you once again for sending me your finish and your mix. Well, thanks very much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Cheers now.